We often talk about the need for people taking on thoroughbreds away from the racing industry to get coaching with their new horse, particularly if they're young or inexperienced riders. And a great example of this is Jess Somerfield, a 5-star eventer at Scone in New South Wales, who provides coaching for the riders who take on the thoroughbreds she's retrained. It's just wonderful to see this setup, which is, you know, the arena, the show jumping. You can teach people dressage and the schooling over the cross-country fences. It's a wonderful sort of setup right here in the heart of horse country.
Yes, it's come a long way and we've still got so much more to do, but we've been here 6 years now, 7 years, and that's just been our goal all along, to sort of create a training hub and a community with the facilities right here. We've got an amazing group of horses and riders. This is the horse capital of Australia, and why not build the facilities to accommodate that?
Tell us about your background. I mean, you're an elite eventer yourself, but you've had a great affinity with thoroughbreds for forever, basically.
Yeah, so we've just been out the back paddock looking at my beautiful mare Paige. So I actually grew up in West Australia and I got her when I was 14 or 15. I won't say how much older I am now. I've had her that long, and she was a 4-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred, and I took her show jumping. She came to Queensland with me and now she's retired down here. So the journey started a long time ago, and moving on from her, I also had the wonderful New Zealand jumps racehorse, which was Wildfire's Revenge. I think I took him in 18 months from off the track to international 4-star, and I got to achieve so much as an 18-year-old, and there was not a braver horse than him. And he jumped everything. I think back now and I think how insane we were, but he just was so brave and so bold, and he really set me up for the future and my confidence to head back to that level now because of this, you know, one amazing off-the-track thoroughbred, you know, a long time ago. And then moving through there, I was trying to think of a number. It'd be, you know, 50 to 100 thoroughbreds that we've trained, that we've helped rehome, whether it's to junior riders, elite riders in the show ring, eventing ring. Sometimes I have them for a week, sometimes I have them for a year. You know, each story is different and each horse we work with is different, but it's so rewarding. And the 2 girls today, I've met them because I've sold them off the track thoroughbreds, and you know, that's such an exciting journey and so many different facets of what the thoroughbred can be. It
costs a lot of money, let's face it. Everybody knows every single horse costs a lot of money. So how do you fund that? Because people often don't want to buy, they don't want to spend money on a thoroughbred off the track, but their education off the track is so vitally important if they're going to enjoy having that horse for the future, isn't it?
Absolutely. Look, the cost of the horse is the cheapest part. And I think that we're really seeing a lot of initiatives now with lots of racing industries, whether it's pre-training. Sometimes we take horses for trainers and pre-training, all the way through to now we have relationships with trainers post-racing where we put education in. And there are some systems, you know, throughout different parts of Australia where buying an off-the-track thoroughbred, you also get some help and subsidised and funding for the training as well. So there are so many facets, but it doesn't matter if it's a thoroughbred or any other breed, the investment in the education of the horse and rider is the most important thing. And that has to be remembered. There's no such thing as buying a horse. Even if you spend millions on a horse, there's still so much money to spend in continuing training, and the value is there, the worthwhile is there. You know, it's money where we need to be spending. We're here together. Yeah, that's great. And go large. Elastic, hands down and elastic.
The people that you're training here today, and of course you've got set up a great little community here. I mean, the jumps are sponsored. You've got, you know, a stack of people riding thoroughbreds. Tell us about the riders you had here today.
Today we had 3 amazing young riders, and Shay, who I think since I've moved here, I've had Shay work with us. She's been a working student and all the way through. And then Antonia, who now has begun riding only, 3.5, 4 years ago that we sold her this mare, and they've sort of continued and stayed with us. They're so exciting for the future. And for me, the reward is not only setting them up with their horse, but giving them the skills to continue training multiple horses through. And that's a reward. They're all talented young riders, and that's the future of the sport. And you know, they can have the education not only on their horse but other horses, and then like what Shay's done, selling her horse to other junior riders, the cycle just keeps continuing. And I have a lot of passion there, and we have so many riders who work in thoroughbred studs, they work in the industry, and then also have, you know, their off the track thoroughbred that come here for lessons. And that's what's really cool. And you know, it is a bit of a race capital, but also what we're doing off the track is pretty exciting too.
Well, Antonia, you've been here working with Jess for some time. It's a fabulous opportunity for anybody, isn't it, to work with someone as accomplished as Jess?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been about 4 years now. So I actually bought my thoroughbred mare, Little Gabs, off Jess almost 5 years now, so sort of November 2019. And it sort of didn't quite go as planned. COVID hit and I wasn't really able to get the training that I needed to, and I think buying her I was a bit out of my depth. I sort of thought I could handle a lot more, and I realised how green I was in a sense. And then just about a year after, the opportunity came to come up here with Jess, and I think she's been trying to get rid of me since. But it's just been so amazing. Like, I really didn't know a lot. I had never really competed, and so buying this green horse essentially, it was so great to come up here, and I feel like we've just been making strides ever since.
I guess it's not only the horsemanship you need to learn, but there's so many things involved in competing a horse.
Yeah, and I love being here, and especially we're in the heart of thoroughbred country, and for me it's so special seeing these thoroughbreds come straight off the track, and then to see them go to their first events, and to see them when they find new homes, and see them go out with new owners, and it warms my heart. Like, nothing makes me happier than seeing them go out and live these wonderful lives and really have a second chance. It's just amazing.
And she's a wonderful little mare, Little Gabs. She really tries hard. But, you know, there's so much, like every single time you get on her, you do some dressage or show jumping or you know, the events, sort of eventing schooling.
Well done.
You're learning every single time.
Very
you
good.
are as much as the horse.
Yeah, and we've sort of struggled a bit in that we're both trying to find confidence together, and we both have the same sort of knowledge. And so it's really tough for me. Like, she was sort of established up to about 80, jumping a bit of 90, and I was sort of a bit below that. And so we've sort of come to a point where we're both on the same playing field now, and it's so great to have a coach like Jess here to really help me and to help me feel sure of what I'm doing. And that's just helped me give her so much more confidence. Yeah. And so we're really starting to come together as a partnership, and you know, it's certainly not been the easiest ride, and I would have to admit that there have been times when I have just wanted to give up, and there have been plenty and plenty of tears. But you know, Jess has really been great at pushing us, and she is always the first person to remind me of how capable that mare is and how wonderful we are as a team. And you know, when it comes together, there's no other horse that I would rather be sat on. The big thing I'd have to say over everything, apart from I do love her 4 socks and a blaze, would have to be her heart. She always tries her hardest for me, and I always know that if I give her any chance, she will do her best.
It's perfect. I've been here since not long after Jess moved in, and how she's built the place, it's amazing. Like, watching the arena, all the jumps, the fences, the cross-country course, like, you know, she's got everything you'd ever need to be a successful eventer or rider out here. It's really great. I love coming out here. I'm a frequent visitor. I'm out here a lot.
Well, tell me about Thunder. So his racing name was Mighty Hercules. He's by I Am Invincible out of a Lonhro mare. You can really see so much Lonhro in this guy. The dam is out of Twiglet, who was a triple stakes winner, and a dam of Fairy King, Prawn, Easy Rocking and Crevette. Just an absolutely beautifully credentialed, you know, pedigree, but as a racehorse didn't quite live up to that. Not
at all, not even close. I actually got him I used to work on a horse stud, and I had one of the trainers from Dubbo, Clint London, ring me, and he thought I still worked there, and long story short, he said, I've got this black gelding by Vinny, do you want it? And that's all I got, and I was like, okay, put it on a truck. And then, you know, Thunder came off the truck, and I was very happy, but, you know, he's exceptionally bred, and it's It's a shame he couldn't run, but I'm not complaining because it means that I get the opportunity with him and he's very special. I really like him a lot.
And tell us what you're learning here. What is Jess assisting you with? Because he is a work in progress, isn't he?
Yes, absolutely. He's come a long, long way. Like, it was only 12 months ago. You know, he was a whole different horse. He's come so far, but Jess is just always there as support in every stage. When I get a bit stuck, when, you know, I just hit a bit of a wall and I'm not entirely sure what the next step is or how to work through it. Jess is always there on the ground to, you know, let me get to that next step and progress. And yeah, it's great, because sometimes you just get a bit stuck. Something just doesn't feel quite right. You're not sure how to fix it. You're not sure how to progress, but it's just great having Jess on the ground, those extra set of eyes telling you how to get there. He's only 5, so, you know, he's still such a baby, but he gets a bit horse shy and a bit funny when there's so many horses around, and, you know, noises. He's very noise sensitive, and yeah, they're all so different, have the little quirks, and it's taken a long time to help work with his. But I think we're finally getting somewhere, but I think it's just always a work in progress, and they're all so different with all their quirks.
He is yours, but you're also training up these thoroughbreds, off-track thoroughbreds, for other young riders to be able to take on. So you competed at Equimillion, you've now on-sold that horse.
Yes.
And also this gorgeous big chestnut fellow. Tell us about him.
He's lovely. He's owned by Chris McIntosh in at Muswellbrook. She raced him. He wasn't super successful on the track, but I think she has a bit of a special place in her heart. Like, she obviously has a lot of horses, but she's decided to hold on to him. But he's really cool. He finished racing at Christmas, so he hasn't long been finished. But he's going really well. He's getting there. He's a big boy, big horse, lot to get used to, but he's coming along really well and progressing nicely, so he's pretty cool.
But how important to you is getting that right coaching to assist all young riders?
It's so important, because without the right coaching, like, I think without Jess, I probably still wouldn't be riding. Like, it's so important to have that correct support to help you move, otherwise you just keep hitting those walls and keep hitting those, like, boundaries. But it's just so important to have the right support and the right coaching and continue striving for success, and it's just excellent, and I don't know what I would do without it.
So tell us what you're teaching them, because obviously, you know, there's a lot of actual, you know, physical, structural work you need to do to get them, you know, the seat right and the hands on the reins and everything right. But there's also the mental side with confidence, isn't there?
Absolutely. I think there's a never-ending list, and it's what each rider needs at the time. It might be something as simple as a little bit of groundwork, a little bit of help on the ground, all the way through to the actual riding principles. And I'm a big passionate about the psychology side. So I've just done 6 months doing elite sports psychology and working towards my level 3 coaching certificate. And a big focus for that is the mind, and not only our mind, but the horse's mind as well. And for me, 20% of what we teach is physical. 80% is the mind and the horse's mind, and being able to understand that each rider is unique and each horse is unique, and how we coach each person and each day is completely different. And my goal is to create riders with autonomy and their own skills. They don't need us to feel that they have to have, you know, like a coach's supervision all the time, that they've created skills and confidence in themselves and their training and their ability. And that's time in the industry, time in the saddle, time out of the saddle, and training so many different types of horses. So yeah, that's my goal, and you know, just trying to be there as support through the highs and the lows, because there are lots of highs and they're incredible, and it's been so rewarding seeing, you know, these girls achieve incredible things, but also being there on the support in the low days and the days that are tough. I mean, I certainly have plenty of low days, and having someone in your corner going, hey, look, this is normal. Okay, we've had that setback of confidence. It's fine. Let's rebuild. Let's move from there. And that's what we try and, you know, talk about the community. It's not just me, it's the girls between each other. It's, you know, having someone they can call, and then as well, I shouldn't just say the girls today, but also they create friends for life, but someone to call and go, hey, I've had this problem, you know, and we can work strategies and help and support. And that's what's going to build the future of this sport.